What's on your mind?
What's your favorite TV show?
TV shows. Yikes. You want to do the same thing as last time?
Yeah.
Top 6 and then a shared TV show?
Yep.
All right. You want to go first or me?
You.
Me?
You.
Okay. Number 6. Mm-hmm. I just want to point out I have some honorable mentions, but I'll go over those at the end.
Yeah, me too.
So that we don't waste a bunch of time on them.
Okay.
But number 6, TV show. And again, this is like the movies. This is TV shows I could watch over and over again. Not necessarily the best TV shows that ever existed, right?
Right.
So American Horror Story is my number 6.
I watched the Coven one. That was really good.
You did watch the Coven one with
Nicks.
me. Yeah. So I got a little information on this. American Horror Story has run from 2011 to present. That's 9 seasons, 103 episodes, and the 10th season is confirmed. And then in 2020, they renewed for 3 more seasons. It's created by Ryan Murphy and Brad Falchuk. And this is a horror show, but it's an anthology. So every season, while they do use similar casts from season to season, they always play different characters because the seasons are unto themselves, right? They're individual seasons. And so I went a step further with this one. And because of the anthology nature of it, I picked out my favorite seasons and my least favorite seasons. So my favorite seasons in order are Coven, Hotel, Cult, and 1984. And my least favorite are Freak Show and Asylum.
Oh, yeah.
Those ones, I just didn't.
Those ones sound pretty.
Yeah, one takes place in an asylum. The other one takes place like in a circus. And neither of those were thematically
creepy,
interesting to me. But the Coven, Hotel, Cult, and 1984 were all really interesting to me. I was a little bummed that 1984 season was kind of short comparatively, but it was well done, so I forgave it. I just generally think it's a pretty good show. How do you feel about it? You only watched the Coven season, right?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I watched the other one. What's the other one?
The Cult one. You watched the Cult one.
Oh, that one was way too creepy, and I almost didn't watch any more of it.
Yeah.
And then the Coven, and then it was like, I like witchy kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so then I watched it, and I'm really glad that I did because it had Stevie Nicks in it as like the ultimate witch. Oh, yeah.
That's really good.
I was so happy I watched that season. But that's the only season I'll watch. I won't watch it again.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think Stevie Nicks is also in the Apocalypse season because it kind of like has the witches come back.
Oh, really?
I just can't remember now, though.
Oh, boo.
It's been a little while. It might. It might not.
I like that one.
Yeah.
I like that. Just that one season, though.
Yeah. It's a pretty good show. I typically will watch when they put out a new season. I think if it was always the same cast and the same characters, I don't know that I would have kept watching it, though.
Oh, yeah.
I think part of the draw is the different
themes
each time. Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Plus, Evan Peters is a pretty excellent actor.
Yeah, he's kind of spooky.
Yeah, he's got a good range, though, because he was Quicksilver in one of the X-Men movies, and that's just terrific. He was terrific in that. All right, what's your number 6?
Number 6 is Stargate SG-1.
Yes.
With Amanda Tapping, Richard Dean Anderson, Michael Shanks, Christopher Judge.
Yeah, good.
I like this show a lot.
It went from 1997 to 2007.
Yeah.
10 seasons, 214 episodes, plus 2 DVD movies.
Yeah.
And it was created by Brad Wright and Jonathan Glassner. So tell me a little bit about your show that you love.
It's a team of explorers made up of soldiers and scientists, and they travel to a Stargate, or through a Stargate.
Through a Stargate.
Stargate.
Like, what's this?
Which is an ancient portal to other planets.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like got the sci-fi-ness and the soldieriness.
Soldieriness?
Yeah.
What is that?
That
sounds like something you like.
It's got some military, which, I like watching kind of war movies and military shows and stuff.
And cop shows. You like cop shows?
Well,
cop shows, but like crime shows.
Yeah, I like crime shows, not necessarily cop shows.
Right.
There's in later seasons, there's a what's his name? Ben Browder. He plays Cameron Mitchell, and we were about to have number 3 kid.
Yeah.
And our boy name was Tyler.
Tyler, yeah, I remember.
For a long time. And then I don't know why, but it was like a couple of days before we were due to have him. And I go, I like the name Cameron. And you go, I like that name Cameron too. And we didn't talk about it again. Yeah. And then it was a few minutes after Cameron was actually born, and he had a very dramatic kind of birth.
Yeah.
And I go, I don't know what came over me, but I was like, is he a Tyler? Is he a Cameron? And you looked at me and you go, he's a Cameron. And we're like, okay, well, that's his name then. Yeah. It was like the other name just got thrown out the window.
Yeah.
And then he's been Cameron or Cammy ever since. Or Cam. We call him Cam now because he's older. But I
think part of that was, though, he came in to replace Richard Dean Anderson's character. Mm-hmm. And we were like, no, get out of here. We don't want, you can't replace Richard Dean Anderson. Yeah. But then we ended up falling in love with his character because he was so good.
Yeah. And he was kind, and he wanted to follow the rule. I just liked his character a lot afterwards. Yeah. And then,
Ben, Mr. Browder, if you're listening to this, our third son is named after your character on Stargate SG-1.
Yeah, that's not going to happen. But yes. That's how our kid got his name.
That's how he got his name.
I'm a total nerd, and I name my kids after nerdy characters, and shows and stuff.
And it just also so happened to be a good Scottish name too.
Oh yeah, that too. All right. Number 5 for you.
Number 5 for me, or number 5 for you?
Nope, number 5 for you.
All right. Number 5 for me is Rick and Morty.
Oh,
it's a cartoon.
I've never seen that.
No, you haven't. It's an adult cartoon. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's a cartoon not for kids, because it's got swearing and stuff in it, right? Okay. And it's like a little gory. Mm-hmm. It's not an adult cartoon. That makes it sound like
creepy.
Triple X or something. It's
so
not
what are the deets about it?
2013 to present. 4 seasons so far, 41 episodes. The 5th season confirmed as part of a new 70 episode deal.
Goodness.
I don't know how many more seasons that will be, but seasons are typically 10 episodes long, so could be another 7 seasons. Yikes.
Okay. So what is it about, though?
It's created by Justin Roiland and Dan Harmon, and Dan Harmon created Community as well. It's about a time universe traveling kind of weird scientist grandpa who is Rick. He's ultra genius. He created his own time portal gun and, all kinds of stuff. They go on a lot of shenanigans. Mm-hmm. And then his grandson, who is Morty. Mm-hmm. And Morty's kind of like shy and timid at first and just kind of goes along because he wants to spend time with his grandpa. And then they just go on adventures. I think that the characters are kind of loosely based on Doc Brown and Marty McFly from Back to the Future.
Oh, really?
Like just the archetypes. The characters themselves are nothing like those two characters. Oh. But it's like Doc Brown, kind of crazy haired scientist with his young ingenue sidekick kind of thing. I think that it's one of the smarter lowbrow comedy or TV shows that exist.
Nice.
Like it's real lowbrow humor, right?
So I did not like it.
No, I don't think you would. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have tried to get you into it sooner.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think you'd like it. It makes me think about things, which you don't think a cartoon would do, like especially a lowbrow comedy cartoon, but it does, and then it just makes me laugh. So I really enjoy it.
Cool.
What's your number 5?
My number 5 is The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
The Teenage Witch? No, it's just The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Yeah. So 2018 to 2020, 2 full seasons, 28 episodes. Unfortunately, it was canceled in July of 2020.
I'm very sad.
Yikes. But it's based on the comic of the same name and developed for TV by Roberto Aguirre Sacasa. Mm-hmm. So tell us a little bit about what you like about it.
It's just very like culty and witchy
Yeah.
and stuff. I don't know. I just like that kind of stuff.
Right. I tried to get into
So-
it with you. I remember I watched like the first 2 or 3 episodes and I just couldn't.
Yeah. It's a little on the campy side, which is kind of cute in the same, but it's very like the opposite side of what you'd think instead of, it's just like in the way that they have like certain sayings,
Yeah.
but it's all very satanic-y. It's kind of cute. I like it.
Yeah, but that's the kind of like, that's sort of the kind of stuff that you like watching, like that kind of high fantasy, kind of outside our realm,
Yeah.
escapism type of thing.
Yeah. When I sit down to watch something, I don't normally like everyday average, like reality TV kind of
Right.
freaks me out because I don't want to see somebody else's real life.
Yeah.
I want to see fantasy or science fiction or, take me to a different planet.
Right. Right.
Right? Take me out of my life and into something fantastical that I can imagine and,
Yeah, that makes
enjoy
sense.
and like escape kind of a thing.
I try to get into it. I don't know. I didn't find the characters too appealing. It just felt kind of like, what's that one vampire show with all the teenage vampires? Do you know what I'm talking about? I don't remember the name of it, but it's got Victoria Justice, I think, is in it.
I don't know who that is.
I'm pretty sure you watched it before. High School Vampires.
Oh, yeah, I'm blanking.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know what
All
that
right.
one is.
Forget about it. Just forget about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess they haven't aired all of the second season yet, but it's going to air.
Yeah, it's
later
going to get
this
a part
year.
4 and then that's it,
Yeah.
which I'm very sad about. But
But maybe they'll have a chance to wrap it up though, at least, and so it'll be satisfying instead of like John Doe.
yeah. Oh, come on with that. The John Doe, everything is
Yeah.
man alive.
That was horrible. All right, that was our number 5.
Yeah. So what's your 4?
My number 4 is a really, I think, kind of an under the radar TV show. It's called Pushing Daisies. And it ran from 2007 to 2009 for 2 seasons, 22 episodes, and it was created by Brian Fuller.
And didn't it have like a crazy cliffhanger and stuff and left it so open and then they never like came back and revisited or finished it at all?
Yeah, I feel like it did,
So sad.
but I can't remember the season finale. I need to go back and rewatch it again. So it's basically, the reason I love it so much is it's so different from other shows.
Yeah. And it's smart.
Yeah, it was very poetic too,
Yeah.
right? Like the narrator was like always talking in like poem,
Oh, yeah.
But the guy, he has this ability to bring you back to life. But if he touches you again,
Yeah, but only once.
yeah, but if he touches you again, you die.
Yeah.
And when he does bring you back to life, something else around has to die.
Yeah.
And then he has, and I don't want to spoil it too much, but then he has a love interest who he brings back to life, but then they can never touch again
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's so sad.
because then she'd die.
Oh.
But yeah, it's unfortunate it only got 2 seasons, but I do like that it exists at all,
Yeah.
right? I think it's a really
That
good.
was a sweet show.
Yeah, I loved it. What's your
Okay. My
number 4?
My number 4 is Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's 1997 to 2003.
Yeah.
7 seasons, which
all
is
my TV shows are older.
some of
I
mine
don't
are.
like a lot of the new stuff.
Right. 144 episodes created by, of course, Joss Whedon. Mm-hmm. So I also love this show. It's not on my list, but I really enjoy this show as well. I remember how we got into the show. I think it was season 6 was airing at the time, and the musical episode was on TV.
Yeah.
And we just sat down and started watching it. And because it was a musical, we were like, this show is amazing.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, now we got to watch.
We got to watch all of it
We got
now.
to watch all of it. And so we started watching it from there on. And then we later got the DVDs and we went back and I've watched Buffy straight through at least 5 times.
Yeah. So every year I'll rewatch it.
Yeah.
And right now I'm rewatching it with Bryce. And when Angel leaves Buffy and then he goes and does his own show, that we bounce back and forth. So now we're watching Buffy and Angel.
Oh,
and
so just like it aired.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's cool.
That way you get the behind the, you can kind of imply what's going on.
Yeah.
They're living linear lives, but then sometimes they intersect and you got to know what the whole story is about.
Okay, we haven't done this on any other one because we haven't really matched up on any other one, but favorite character. Count of 3. 1, 2, Willow. Why didn't you say?
Sorry, I don't. Just a Buffy character?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Spike probably.
Spike, yeah. I mean, all the characters eventually show up on Angel at some point, right? All the main characters, at least.
Yeah, probably.
Except for, does Xander ever? I don't think Xander ever crossed over.
No. But yeah, so probably Spike, but only because he's got such a drastic timeline.
Right.
That, there's this big, Angel or Spike, right? Well, if you really look at it, Angel didn't have a choice, right? His soul got, forced back into him. And every time it leaves, he fights it and stuff. But Spike went off into a cave and
yeah.
I don't want to spoil it because Bryce is listening, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Crap. But Spike, purposefully chooses to be, to fight kind of for good in a way but he's got that chip in his head that prevents him from hurting humans. And I don't know.
He's a solid character.
Yes. I like his character development. He starts off he writes poetry and stuff. And he's got a bad relationship with his mother, and then he gets turned into a vampire, and then he's kind of evil for a long time.
Yeah.
But then he kind of understands that you can't really be that way. And then he kind of falls in love, kind of feeling, and then, he chooses his ultimate path.
Right.
And then he has this banter with Angel that's just, it's very good. And the thing that James Marsters did with the character is gave him an accent. And nobody, at first, everybody thought that was his accent. But he doesn't normally have a British accent.
Oh, the actor?
Yeah, the actor himself. So that was a clever thing to so that he could go into the character easier.
Sounds like you really like Spike.
I do. I like Spike.
That's nice.
Sorry. All right. You're number 3.
Oh, we're not going to talk about Willow? Okay.
Oh, sorry. Go with the Willow.
No, it's fine.
No, tell me the Willow. Why is Willow your favorite character?
A much shallower reason. She's just, Alison Hannigan is just cute.
Okay, great.
That's the only reason.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. So that was our number 4. Yes. So now we're going to number 3.
Okay.
Is that true?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Number 3 for me is Broad City.
What is that?
I'll get to that. It's 2014 to 2019. Unfortunately, it ended, but on their own terms. It wasn't canceled, so that's good.
Okay.
5 seasons, 50 episodes, so it's about 10 episodes per season. Mm-hmm. Created by Alana Glazer and Abby Jacobson, and it's just literally they're playing themselves, but kind of exaggerations of themselves, right?
Yeah.
Not kind of parodies of themselves.
Okay.
But it's just 2 women who live. At first, they live. No, they never. I don't think they ever roommate together. Maybe later in the show for a little bit. They're just best friends, though. They hang out all the time. Alana is bisexual, so she's constantly hitting on Abby, but Abby's not Abby's kind of so there's this will you, won't you thing. Mm-hmm. But it's just so brilliantly written.
Oh, I see.
And the comedy is so it's exactly my comedy, right? Mm-hmm. Exactly the exact. Just all the jokes hit, and I laugh every single episode forever. It's just really funny. Janet from The Good Place is on it as so Abby wants to be a trainer, but she's the janitor at the gym, but she wants to be a trainer. And the lady, I can't remember the actress's name that plays Janet on The Good Place. She plays a trainer, but she's bigger physically than Abby. So she's always like, kind of like
She's
squaring
pumped
up
in front of her.
Yeah. Squared up, pumping. Yeah, it's just such a good show. I wish that it would go on longer, but I totally get why they stopped it while it was still on top, you know?
Yeah.
But it's a really, really good show.
Nice.
That's all I really have to say. I'm gushing a little bit instead of like being insightful about it, but I just really enjoy
You would
it.
recommend.
I would definitely recommend watching that show.
To me. Would you recommend it to me?
Yeah, I think there is some like sexual humor that you would probably not be interested in, coming mostly. So Alana's the more forward character, and Abby's the more like, I don't know what to do, dude character, right? So when Abby gets into sexual situations, it's more awkward. And when Alana gets into them, it's like, let's go to town, brah.
Oh, no.
Right? She's the one who I send you the gif all the time that's, yes, queen. Right?
Oh.
Yeah, she's the way more like open of the two.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't know. I think except for those parts, you'd enjoy the jokes and stuff. I think the sex parts would like be like, oh, that's no, thank you. but the joke parts would be good. Your number 3 is
The X-Files.
The X-Files.
Again, I watch this every year.
Yeah, the truth is out there.
Yeah.
Trust no one.
And I got so irritated because I can stream the whole TV show,
Right.
but then the movies aren't anywhere. So I had to like hunt them down.
The DVD movies.
The DVD movies, and then so I watch it in order, and then I pause and I watch a movie, and then I continue with the TV show, and then I watch the 2 movies.
Oh yeah, and they got it. Okay,
Yeah.
so let's go over this.
Yeah.
1993, which is before we even met.
Yeah, but our roommates at the time kept giving me VHS
in 96.
recordings of them, and I was like, yes, please give me more.
And then it went to 2002, and then again it was renewed in 2016 through 2018 for a total of 11 seasons and 218 episodes, and it's created by Chris Carter.
Yeah.
And of course it has David Duchovny and Gillian Anderson.
Yeah.
As the lead roles,
And-
Mulder and Scully.
Yeah, and anytime something, the boys will go, well, that'll never happen. I go, hey, X-Files came back. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Anything is possible.
Yeah.
Right? Keep hope alive. Mulder and Scully came back
Yeah.
to me. Everything's fine. Everything's going to be fine.
It's one of those shows that has a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
I think that's, except for my shows, I think that the shows that we enjoy together, like Buffy and Stargate and this show X-Files,
Yeah.
I think that they have a similar formula in that they like have this anchor, right? In the case of X-Files, it's Mulder and Scully, and
Yeah.
they anchor the show. And then there's these, one-off episode Monster of the Week type shows, but then there's also these overarching story arcs. There's comedy, there's drama,
Yeah.
there's
A little bit of romance going on.
right, like it's got the whole
Yeah.
package,
Like,
right?
I remember the night that Mulder and Scully kissed.
Oh yeah, that was a long time coming.
Oh my, and I remember like where we were, who we were with, what we were eating.
Yeah.
And I remember that whole thing, and I was like, oh, come on. And she's holding the baby that, just came about, and like, no, come on, do it.
Yeah.
And they kiss, and I'm like, okay, I'll remember that for the rest of my life. It seems.
So
'Cause
that
it's
show
been
is not,
years.
Yeah, that show is not the first show to do that will they, won't they sexual tension between the leads.
Yeah.
But I think it did it best.
Yeah, because it didn't push it like so
Yeah.
much. It was, they always had, or maybe not always, but they built that responsibility and trust and loyalty to each other over
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
It didn't come overnight, and it wasn't like instant or, whatever. It was over time. And then she always fought for him and he always fought for her. And
Yeah.
you always just kind of assumed
true love, really.
Yes,
Yeah.
but not so much like the flashy, like,
No, it wasn't.
kind of a thing in your face all the
It
time.
wasn't lust. It was love. Like
Yeah.
they built that over years and years
Yeah.
of trust together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and loyalty and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah. I
I
dig
like it. It's one of my favorite. I know it's kind of older, but it's still going to go on, right? There's still going to be more. I think there's going to be more.
I don't know. Maybe
Look,
would.
X-Files came back the first time. It'll come back again.
I'd welcome it. I'd welcome it.
Me too.
Okay, so we're on number 2 now.
Yes, we're on number 2.
So number 2, and you know, if you know me online, you probably already know what I'm going to say because I tout this constantly. But Star Trek Voyager, which went from 95 to 2001, had 7 seasons with 172 episodes, created by Rick Berman, Michael Piller, and Jerry Taylor. So here's the deal. It's the best Star Trek.
I agree.
And I don't mean that it's the best Star Trek of all time, because I think that the Next Generation actually holds that title. I think the Next Generation, if you're just going toe to toe, the Next Generation is the best Star Trek that's ever been made.
Wrong. I disagree.
But Voyager is the best Star Trek.
I agree.
And here's why.
Okay.
It's the only Star Trek where they actually fulfill the mission of the show, which is to go where no man has gone before. Right? They're the only ones who ever go to the Delta Quadrant, which is literally no man's gone before, right? So
exactly.
and then they get out there, and I just think that I think arguments can be made for Picard being the best captain, but I honestly do think
It's Janeway.
that Janeway's the best captain
Yep.
because she's put into a situation that she didn't train for. And
no captain has been put through.
Yeah.
And she's a woman.
Right.
And she was tough when she needed to be and soft when she needed to be. And she needed to pivot
Yeah.
and go, you know what? We're all out here together and we're scared and we're away from our families.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be whatever is needed, like a mom.
Yeah.
She was like a mom to the whole thing.
Absolutely.
If someone was upset or suffering, she was there to like, you know, cheer them on or, you know, be firm with them when they needed that.
Yeah. I 100% agree with that. I think that the reason that Voyager holds such a strong place in my heart, on my list, and also in the ranking of Star Trek shows is because I watched it at night after, like before and after Bryce was born. And so I have these really gentle memories,
Yeah.
right, of that time of Bryce. You know, Bryce is the only baby that we've had that bonded with me as well
Yeah.
out of the womb, right? Like he would fall asleep on my chest, right?
Yeah.
None of the other babies ever wanted to cuddle me as babies, right? But Bryce and I bonded in that way, and it was over watching Voyager. And I can't tell you how many times I fell asleep quietly weeping because of something that happened on Voyager, right? Because I was just emotionally open.
Yeah.
You know, Bryce was also our second child after had gone through a bout of like mental
Yeah.
trauma after the birth of Liam. And so
Liam was a tough baby. He was a
Right.
tough little one.
Right. And so I was more emotionally open, I think.
Yeah.
Right. And Bryce, the arrival of Bryce was kind of starting to heal that for me. And so Voyager just is kind of like stuck in my head
Yeah.
as is it objectively the best Star Trek?
Yes.
I think so. But I mean, I'm sure that somebody's going to argue that point with me, but I don't care because as far as I'm concerned,
Yeah.
it's my number 2
There you
and
go.
it's the best Star Trek.
Agreed.
Also, Deep Space Nine is not Star Trek. It's a Western. What's your number 2?
All right. My number 2 is Angel.
Angel.
Yeah. Again.
Angel from Buffy?
Yes.
Oh. So Angel started in 1999, which was surprising to me because I didn't realize that it was only 2 years after Buffy started
Yeah.
that Angel started. I thought it was much longer.
Well, he was sporadic on there.
Yeah.
And then he became a staple. And then, they had their whole like split up thing. And then he needed
Right.
to go out on his own.
And then it ended the year after Buffy ended, which was 2004, with 5 seasons, 110 episodes. And this one was created by Joss Whedon and David Greenwalt, which I also didn't know. I thought it was a full-on Joss Whedon show, but I also really love Angel. Angel and Buffy, I feel like, go hand in hand.
Yeah.
But Angel is the show where I started to like Cordelia, because on Buffy I was like, get out of here, stupid cheerleaders. I had a problem with cheerleaders in high school. They made fun of me a lot.
Yeah, well.
So I was just like, oh God, Cordelia is the worst. But then on Angel, she became the best. And by the time, I don't want, well, fuck it. You guys, if you haven't watched Angel.
Don't spoil it.
By the time you get to the end of that series, your heart is full for Cordelia.
Yeah.
Right?
She becomes a true hero.
Yeah.
And a tough fighter lady.
Yeah. I remember the first time watching through Angel, I didn't like the 5th season. Like, I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
But now it's one of my favorite seasons of that show. Mm-hmm.
So, number 1 for Angel, it's Fred.
Fred, yeah.
I like it in the beginning when it's just Angel and Cordy and
Doyle.
And then, and Doyle, poor Doyle.
Yeah.
And then it's Wesley.
Yeah.
Right?
Wesley has the best entrance in television history to a show.
Yes, he's really great. And then when they kind of take in Winifred Burkle.
Yeah.
And we were driving in the truck one day and we were pregnant with our 4th baby. Here it comes, more nerdiness.
Yeah.
And I go, what would be cute is if we named the baby Winifred and then we could call her Fred. And you're like, oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Because we were kind of hemming and hawing on our original name. And then that just stuck. And now she's Fred. And she's kind of like Fred on the show.
She is, yeah.
She's kind of very kind of soft and girly, but then also she's kind of tough. And she's like, no, I got this. Hang on.
Yeah.
And then she'll do this weird jump thing. And you're like, what are you doing?
Yeah. She
She's
falls
very
down
brave.
and you go, are you okay? And she goes, no, leave me alone. Don't look at me. And then she's fine.
Yeah. Or she's doing something and she goes, I'm tired. And I go, are you okay? And she goes, yeah, I don't give up. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I see it.
She did that to me. So I go row in the morning before you guys are normally up. But every once in a while, she's awake.
She hears you.
And she hears me out there. And so she follows me out there. And then she wants to sit on the elliptical while I row. And the other day we were doing that. And
on
I was
the recumbent bicycle.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Elliptical? Why did I say that? Yeah, the recumbent bicycle. And she's pedaling it, but she has to pedal it backwards because there's too much friction to go forward.
Because it's not plugged in or anything.
Right. And so she's pedaling it backwards, and then I'm rowing and watching her, and then she stops and goes, and I was like, are you too tired? And she just looks over her shoulder at me and goes, I don't give up, and just starts pedaling faster. And I was like, I don't give up either. And I started rowing faster.
That's why people work out together.
Yeah.
It's that thing.
It was pretty cool.
I don't know.
That was a cool moment.
She's very cool. And I wish more people knew her, but she's just very she's very tough and cool. And I don't know where she gets it from most of the time.
From you dummy.
Yeah, but not really. It's still
yes,
her.
Really.
Anyways, I like this show a ton.
Yes,
it evolves.
It's wonderful.
It has several evolutions of it.
Yeah.
They have to adapt and pivot and adapt and pivot. And I really enjoy that kind of show that it's not all just one thing.
Yeah.
Buffy, it's kind of all one thing, right?
Right.
She's got a duty. She's the chosen one, blah, blah, blah. And then she gets dumped on and then she's like, screw it. I'm going to do this one thing because I'm the chosen one. I'm the one that needs to lead the people. But Angel kind of adapts and pivots and he brings in more people around him and he finds his true family and where he actually fits in the world.
Yeah.
And I like that dynamic a little bit more.
And he's able to go on after.
Yeah.
Buffy, they have their, breakup or whatever. And he continues on. He still tries to be good.
Yeah.
It's a really wonderful show. It's one of my favorite shows as well. So we're on number 1 already?
We're on number 1s.
Wow.
Yeah. What's your number 1?
You go first.
Oh, why?
Wink.
You wanted to be Dun, dun, dun.
No.
Okay.
Mine's actually not that surprising.
All right. Mine is a very tough little TV show that could.
Oh, Firefly?
Firefly.
Oh, yeah.
It only got 14 episodes.
I'm supposed to read that part.
I'm sorry, but it only got 14 episodes.
That's a bummer.
And I'm so terribly sad and mad.
Yeah.
But out of all those shows, I love them all to pieces. I wish I could live in that world.
Yeah.
The world where it's just like, it's got like a greedy government kind of a thing, but it's all like a collection of people and you never know who you're going to meet or run into. And like, as long as they're flying, they're okay. And I like that mentality that it's not who you're related to. It's who you feel connected to as your family.
Yeah.
And then, trauma kind of bonds you. And then, so now you're loyal to these group of people. And then as long, everything's shiny as long as you're together and as long as you're flying.
I think there's something attractive about choosing your own family, right?
Yeah.
I feel like we chose our family, right? Like I feel like, or they chose us, I should say, the children.
Yeah.
So Firefly ran from, unfortunately, September 2002 to December 2002.
And I solely blame Fox for this. They
I'm
showed
sure
it out
there
of
was-
order. And
Well, I'm sure there was other stuff going on too. Like,
maybe, but
I don't know.
boo-boo on them.
No, come on, Fox. We like you. 1 season, 14 episodes, created by Joss Whedon.
Yeah. And you can't go wrong with Nathan Fillion.
No, you can't. And I think it might have one of the most interesting premises of his shows.
Yeah.
Like it's a Western in space.
Yeah, but
it's a ragtag group of people who kind of come together from all these different parts of the universe.
Yeah.
And they just become family.
Yeah.
Right. And even in just those 14 episodes, you really get it. You really understand what's happening.
Yes. And it could have gone on forever. And it still goes on forever in my head because.
Yeah. I feel like it's one of those shows that could continue forever.
Yeah.
Like you literally, you could just keep writing episodes for it. Right.
But then, some stupid shows that like reality shows that go on for 17 years or something. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Quit it, knock it off, and just give me something that's my imagination can go with it. Not, I don't care how many shoes you have in your closet. I really just don't.
I think a lot of shows that have like great potential get canceled too soon because we put too much emphasis on numbers and money. And, I know that a show has to make a profit for it to make sense to film and pay the actor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get all that too. But
give it like a full season.
Yeah.
Give it its 24 episodes, which is what that would have been back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2002, we're still doing 24 episode shows. We're still doing TV.
Yeah.
I get like nowadays, 10 episodes a season. We're streaming. You get all 10 episodes at once.
And they're like an hour and a half episodes, or hour 10 episode.
Yeah.
That's
Firefly are 30-minute episodes.
Yeah, I think so. I don't. It's the whole. It's
that makes
just,
it even worse.
Yeah. It's sad, but it's just one of those things that I could watch over and over, and they're pretty standalone, kind of. Maybe not.
Well, there's kind of an overarching plot line to the whole thing, but yeah, each one is like kind of its own Western. That's why you could just keep going with it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And you could introduce new characters. They tried to introduce a new character like Sapphire. No, was it
Saffron?
Saffron.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Gross.
Nobody likes her.
No,
Nobody likes her in this family.
I don't.
I don't. It's kind of like on Angel, the cop, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember watching it live, right, when it was coming on to TV.
Yeah.
I remember going, God, I don't like this character.
Yeah, when are they going to stop with this Kate?
Why is this character on so many seasons of the show? She's in 4 episodes.
Yeah.
Which when you watch them back to back, you're like, oh, she's not even on the show that long.
Yeah.
But 4 episodes in real time is a month.
It's a month of, and then as soon as the episode over, you're stewing for the next week, and you're like, I just want to, enough with this blue-eyed whiny lady. Just Quit it already.
All right.
And what's your number one then?
My number one is drum roll.
No.
Oh, it's The Office.
Oh, yes.
2005 to 2013, 9 seasons, 201 episodes, which I don't understand that. Created by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, and it was developed for US TV by Greg Daniels. And I do like the British Office. I do. I think it's funny, but it's not the same as the US Office. The US Office became its own thing.
Yeah.
And gosh, I've watched the US Office at least 10 times by myself, plus several times with you and the boys.
Yeah. We go, what should we watch tonight? What should we watch? What should we watch? And we go, The Office.
Yeah.
Let's just watch The Office.
Not all of the jokes have held up because, you know.
No, some of it's like outdated.
Yeah.
You know,
outdated humor. But the stuff that does still work is still funny. So funny.
Yeah. It's a pretty special show.
It is a special show. And, you know, the whole Jim Pam thing is really fun to watch.
That's the only reason why I watch The Office a lot. And Dwight towards the end.
Yeah.
But there's so much awkward, like in your face, just just staring comedy. It creeps me out a lot. I'm only hanging in for the Jim and Pam stuff.
Yeah, you do not like awkward comedy at all. Like that makes you feel very uncomfortable. That's why you don't like the British Office at all.
Yeah. Oh, I can't. Okay, I love Ricky Gervais, and I love his new show Afterlife. I love that one.
Right.
But he is awesome. I adore him, but his comedy style that he writes is just awful for me. It's awful.
It's really awkward.
Because I get embarrassed for the people in that room.
Yeah.
Oh, I just can't. I can't carry everyone's embarrassment. I'm embarrassed watching it. I'm embarrassed for the people in the show. It's a little too much.
It is weird. It's bad. I think the thing that I like most about the Jim and Pam stuff is that it's very satisfying and fulfilling. Whereas, like, you know, Ross and Rachel on Friends is frustrating, right? Like,
they were totally on a break.
Yeah, God, I don't know. Pivot. I just.
Pivot. How many times have we done that in the last?
Yeah, so many times.
4 decades.
But like watching Friends, I get really anxious because I just want that payoff, and it takes way too long to get to it. But with Jim and Pam, by the 3rd season. They're in a relationship.
There's several payoffs.
Yeah.
And there's several different, like, you know, situations that they get into and then they get out of, and then they, you know, really come back to each other. I like it.
Yeah.
Only that part. Like, just give me the Jim and Pam.
I think they're one of the great romantic couples on TV.
Yeah.
You know, you got Sam and Diane from Cheers. Sure.
Oh, yeah. Ted Danson.
Yeah. You got Mulder and Scully. Yes. You got Angel and Buffy.
Buffy and Spike.
But Jim and Pam.
Yeah, I think there's.
So that's my number one. I think it's really wonderful, and I have been listening to the Office Ladies podcast as well.
Yeah,
because something about if you like something, hearing like the behind the scenes stuff makes it's like getting to love it all over again.
Yeah.
So
they have for Firefly they went and did comics too. Graphic novels.
Oh yeah, I got all those for you.
Yeah, and you can hear their voices in your head as you're reading it, and it's in that really cool like banter dialect, you know, kind of choppy way that they say certain things. It's really cool that way.
I think that's because Joss actually wrote those, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either. I thought that he did.
All right, so what's our favorite together to watch?
Well, do you want to do our honorable mentions first and then get to and then cap it all off with our number one together?
Okay.
All right. Do you want to go first on honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so honorable mentions. As far as cop shows go, this is my favorite one.
Right.
And it's Flashpoint. And it's Canadian cops. It's it's with shoot, I should have looked that one up.
They're very polite. Well, we're not supposed to go too deep into these.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So anyways, it's a lovely show. I love that one.
Yeah.
Bones, and then his new one, SEAL Team. So I guess
I'm seeing a little trend here with the Boreanas.
Yeah, so I'm a little Team Boreanas. I didn't know. I didn't realize that
Jesus.
until and then Umbrella Academy.
Oh, that's a great show.
I'm loving Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
I really like it. And that little kid,
Yeah.
that young man is
Yeah.
a cutie patootie. Love him.
Okay, he's too young.
And then Twilight Zone. I'm digging Twilight
The new
Zone.
Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then another is Avatar, the animated
Oh, yeah.
Avatar TV show.
That's a great show.
Yeah.
That's a great show. Yeah.
I watched that with the kids several times now. It's good.
It's a good one. We watched that live originally.
Did we really?
Yeah. And Liam would come down and be like,
And he would do the intro.
He'd do
Remember
the
when he
whole
would do the intro?
yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so cute.
Yeah.
But I believe, oh my gosh, I could still hear his little voice. He was so young.
Yeah.
All right, what are your honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions for me are Patriot, which is a show that
They
got
got
canceled.
canceled because it was too smart for people.
it was so good. Black Mirror, which is sort of like The Twilight Zone and sort of like American Horror Story. It's an anthology.
Yeah, and very much like real life right
Yeah,
now.
but instead of each season being an anthology, it's each episode. So
Yeah.
that's interesting. So that's more like Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Always Sunny in Philadelphia, just because it cracks me up.
Oh,
Is,
man.
again, more humor that you're not into.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Atlanta, which is a really, I think it's a really important show, but it's a really good show too. Gilmore Girls, because, The Good Place, which is very similar in a lot of ways to Pushing Daisies, has kind of got that same kind of vibe to it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed because we haven't got to see the last season yet because they did that deal so that you have to have some extra different streaming thing, but
Oh boy.
whatever. Also, Kristen Bell is Veronica Mars, which I really enjoy. And then I also have Umbrella Academy. And then I have a show called Devs, which is, it's spelled Devs, but well, I'm not going to give it away.
Okay, go.
If you-
Because
if
you
you-
want me to watch that one, right?
Yeah. If you watch the whole thing, then the title changes,
Oh,
right? It's kind of
cool.
cool. Yeah. It's kind of cool.
all right.
That's a really good show too. That has Nick Offerman in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So now that we have told everyone our top 6 and our honorable mentions,
And the old shit that we're watching.
what is our show that you and I love equally and we would consider our number one couple show?
Mm-hmm.
It is. You got to say it.
Say it.
You say it.
Okay.
No, you say it.
Okay. Supernatural.
Supernatural. The Winchesters.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it. I love it.
It's got everything again. It's got
Yep.
it's got the loyalty, love between brothers, which
Yep.
when we started watching the show, we had all boys.
Oh, yeah. Let's go over that bit, I guess. 2005 to 2020, 15 seasons, 327 episodes, and it actually is now going to end.
Yeah.
This is the last season that it's
Yeah.
in currently. And it's created by Eric Kripke, who some people might know from The Boys, currently on Amazon streaming.
Yeah, goodness. And so we just had our 2 boys, and we're
Yeah.
like, I hope they grow up to be, not fighty so much like they are, but like at least fight for each other as
Yeah.
much as they do.
Yeah.
And then it's got mythology, and it's got lore, and it's got,
Angels, demons.
yeah, it's got all the cool, like, gothy kind of,
Yeah.
things to fight. And
It's got humor.
yeah.
It's got laugh out loud, funny moments. It's got, in tears moments.
Yeah.
It's got awesome, like, secondary characters.
Mm-hmm. Like the sheriff lady.
The sheriff lady. I love the sheriff lady so much.
Yeah.
And Castiel's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not going to spoil that, but yeah, Castiel's daughter.
Yeah, Castiel is a good character
She's
too.
like a total badass too. Yeah, and Cass is awesome.
And what's that other redhead lady
Redhead lady.
who plays like the, internet role-playing lady?
Oh, Felicia Day.
Yeah.
Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie, yeah. Oh, yeah,
She's
Charlie.
good in that too.
I was like, what redhead lady? I've completely spaced that. Yeah, Charlie Day.
Yeah.
Not Charlie Day. That's from Always Sunny. Charlie by Felicia Day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I really would. That's a great character. And I wish they would have utilized her more.
Yeah. Oh, and then Jeffrey Dean Morgan played the dad.
Yeah, Jeffrey Dean
That's
Morgan.
another guy that doesn't have a
Oh my
expiration
God.
date.
Why are we doing this? We're going to have to do a whole episode about expiration dates.
Some people have them. Some people don't.
Okay, but I feel like that episode's going to lead directly into a fight.
Nah.
Yeah, it's such a good show. It's got the car's even a character in the show.
Baby.
Yeah, that
Baby,
car.
the beautiful car.
You know, the first like season or maybe 2 seasons where it's like Monster of the Week, and every town they go to, Dean hooks up with a new girl, you know, because he's so irresistible. It was not as good, but after they kind of got past that and started doing like a real overarching story and, you know, connecting the dots and stuff.
Yeah.
And then, you know, they grew into like the Men of Letters, and then they started, they got Cass.
Yeah.
I think the show really started to blossom and become this really great.
Yeah.
It went from being like, you know, this cheesy, campy Monster of the Week,
Almost, yeah.
gorgeous dudes show for teen girls to tune into, to being like one of the top contenders for those Monster of the Week shows, you know, right up there with Buffy and Angel and X-Files.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really, really, really love that show.
Me too.
Also, you know, Jensen Ackles is probably
Beautiful.
the best looking man that's ever lived. Do you think that he, like, honestly, like,
There's
his
no one
face
prettier.
his face is perfect.
And then you hear he's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Come
Goddamn.
on,
Get out of
just
here.
shut up.
Oh, and he likes kids and he's a
He
good
loves
dad.
babies.
Get the
Who doesn't love babies?
Get the fuck out of here.
Stupid cute.
Yeah. So, anyways, so that's it. That's all of our TV shows.
Yep, that's it.
So I guess, what are we going to do next? Music?
No. Oh, yeah. Maybe
I think we should do music, but not a top 6 music. We should just talk about music.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot. I think there's too much I can't narrow it down.
Nah.
Not like TV shows and movies.
No, but like, you know, music is part of
Music
everything.
of the heart.
Music is part of everything.
Yeah, it is. Well, let's not go too deep into it right now. Anyways,
All
thank
right.
you for discussing TV shows with me. It was really
Yes.
fun. Were there any surprises for you?
Yeah, your whole entire list.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Voyager was going to be on there,
Yeah.
but I didn't know where The Office was going to land. You know?
Well, I had to put The Office at number 1 because I've watched it so many times.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it feels like if I put it anywhere else, I'm lying.
Yeah, and I feel weird. All my like top 10 are like canceled, done.
Well, no, The Office is
Got
done.
shortchanged.
Voyager is done. Broad City is done. Pushing Daisies is done. Rick and Morty's still going. American Horror Story is still going. So most of mine are also done.
I guess.
Don't feel dumb because shows are meant to be like they're meant to end,
Yeah.
right? And
I
then you
know.
can enjoy them in that state.
What's that one show, Jekyll?
Oh,
That
Jekyll.
was really short, but
Yeah.
like amazing.
Yeah,
I think if somebody,
British television has a lot like that.
yeah, it, you know, and like Afterlife kind of had that too,
Yeah.
where it told a whole story in a whole season, and it's allowed to have a whole season.
Yeah.
I think you can't do a TV show if you're going to go, all right, just throw 3 episodes up there and see if anyone likes it.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
I don't think they do them that much like that anymore. Now
Yeah.
with streaming, I think that a lot of times they're given a full season
Yeah,
and then
or
they
at
say,
least like,
hey,
you know, a solid 10.
yeah,
Like, you know,
a
10,
solid 10 seasons.
no, it's solid 10 episode season.
Oh yeah.
You know, give us 10 hours of a season. You know,
Yeah.
what's that new show? Upload or something like that.
Upload. Yeah.
That's a good smart show.
That's
But
Greg Daniels too from The Office.
yeah, it's like, you know, a topic that hasn't been covered because people
Yeah.
don't like talking about death, but it's doing it in a funny kind of a little too sexier way, but it's still, you know,
it does have a couple. Yeah.
it's still like fresh and new and whatever.
Yeah,
so I'm
I
glad
really
it's
enjoyed
getting
it.
another season.
Yeah. I really enjoyed that show.
We don't watch a whole lot of TV, but when we do, we want to watch something smart and something legitimate and something that
Yeah.
takes us out of our everyday crazy ass 2020 life
Yeah.
and gives us something that gives us something that we can think about or talk about later, or you go, did you get this part? I got this part.
I think that when we do watch TV, it's usually stuff we've already watched before.
Yeah. And
we rewatch stuff a lot.
Yeah. And, because most of it is, I don't know, it's kind of crazy now.
There was a period of time, and this is when I stopped like really caring about TV overall, but there was a period of time shortly before streaming became big where everything on TV was either a reality show or a crime show.
Or a cop show. Yeah.
And I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not doing these shows anymore.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend my time watching these copycats of each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's when I first started rewatching shows. And then, in later years with the streaming coming out with Hulu streaming and Amazon Prime and Netflix all having their own studios that are producing shows.
Yeah. We got some good ones.
We're getting some good TV out of that. Yeah.
And they say that like, if you have anxiety, the kinds of things that you watch on TV aren't, there are things that you already have seen a lot of times.
Yeah.
So you know the outcome, so you know everything's going to be okay, or you know what's coming, so you're not surprised or anxious about it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So it makes full sense about my choices.
Of you rewatching stuff so
because
much. Yeah.
if Angel can battle this, then I'll be okay. Or, just something
and
stupid.
And he's going to be fine.
Yeah.
Right.
He's going to get pissed and upset, and then he's going to fight it like always. And it'll turn out okay. Like maybe not the best, but it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Right. It just gives that little bit of mental oomph. I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I think that's
it's a weird way to look at it, I guess, but
no, that's absolutely makes total sense because
isn't that what TV and movies are supposed to do? Is like help us
escape a little bit, like books, Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to watch. That's why I think I got so tired of crime shows and reality shows is I don't want to watch stuff that bums me out.
Yeah.
I want to watch stuff that either uplifts me, makes me laugh, or takes me out.
Yeah.
Because why am I doing it? I'll just go do something else.
Yeah.
Like I can go live the crappy shit. I don't want to have to watch that too.
Exactly.
Anyways.
You want to go watch something?
Yes.
Let's go watch something.
Okay. I love you.
I love you too.
The Lou and Me podcast is a Matthias Source production. The song is No Carpets by the New Forevers. Produced and edited by Moose. Hosted by Lou and me.
Thanks for listening.